Hello and good evening to all of my beautiful fellow backseat drivers out there. Thank you for joining us for wrapping up another season finale here with Apex This Racing. We got the Kamel GT Evolution here. We're doing Imola for our final week. Thank you for joining us here on Backseat Broadcasting. Just wrapping up practice as normal. Let's see what these guys are putting down for their times at the moment. And this is our final week of the season. Currently with Tommy Regan with 138.9 around here, very crisp. A nice little chunk of time to run through practice. Go on the roll ball real quick. See with Tommy Regan just barely after the 100 marker there. A little bit of the curbs. Be careful to stay away from those larger black curbs that can really toss your car about. Down to third gear through Villeneuve. Down to the hairpin in second gear. Easy on the throttle out of it. Doesn't need to push it too hard. Comes out of that very, very nicely. Minerality. To Alta through second gear, gets a big piece of the first curve, misses the second one, which sort of ends up sending him a little bit wider around that turn. Braking about 70 meters out from that one. And that is a lap here at Imola with Tommy Regan. Who goes just a bit faster. He was moving on that lap. That's a 138.7 for him. Corey Mitchell is fastest of the Audi R8 GT3s this evening with a 144.196. Federico Del Toro, second fastest in the GT3s at the moment. In the practice session, of course. I thought I just saw Tommy Regan with a spin there. I'm curious to see where these guys are going to have some issues. After a hot lap, it looks like Federico pulls over to the side. Roman here. Issue out of Alta, I believe, there. what the breaking point was for Tamburello. Not that it would have been very good at that rate. Down to the last marker. He's taking it easy here through Villeneuve. Second gear around Tosa. Really flexing the upper RPMs on this GT3 here. Down to third, up to fourth, and he doesn't quite get to fifth. Oh, and he gets all out of shape into Minerali. Coming in way too hot and getting a ton of curbing. Adam Baltudis here, inching towards the 138s at the moment. Track. He's come out of the pits for an out lap, so it took a moment to change his setup slightly. And here's Michael Bond has been in this position for a moment, just coming up to the Alta chicane here. He has decided to park it. He's not set a lap time yet for us. He's not going to do one just sitting there. Coming down to Minerali another time. He's a little bit more conservative on this out lap. This is a great stationary cam here, coming through the Alta chicane. I love that one. Federico just 16 100ths back on Corey Mitchell at the moment. Not a huge gap in there for him. Michael Johnson currently running third in the GT3s, just another 4/10ths back. And we got 4 minutes left in practice here before we jump into that 10-minute qualifying. Let's take a quick peek at the race info at the moment. As always on Wednesdays, we're doing two 15-minute races with an inverted grid for the second race. Track temp is up to 113 out there, so pretty hot out there today. Of course, we're in Italy. It's they say San Marino, but it's really just in Italy. 3 miles around here at Imola. It is definitely a great track for racing. A lot of interesting braking zones, downhill braking zones in some regards. But this one really tricky right-hander for Minerali, and coming around Ravazza as well. Definitely racing the track as much as the other drivers out there. A little bit further back, Bjorn Benches. Currently going fourth fastest at the moment. I love that stationary cam coming down the pit lane there as well. Currently, Roman Bykov, the only R8 on the track, and only SR8 on the track, and only missing 2 R8s actually. The Audis have the field to themselves, and here is Corey Mitchell having an issue again with turn 1. I wonder if that is going to be an issue for him later on, perhaps on lap 1. Hopefully he can keep it together with those cold tires. He has had an issue there, and full tank of gas. It's not super easy. It's only a 15-minute race, of course, followed by another 15-minute race with an inverted grid. So if your first race does not go amazing, you will get to start from the front. As Andrew Rasmussen has just joined the lobby a moment ago. And he's going to get to terms with this track hopefully very quickly. We will need him to. A slight connection issue there for him. Let's see if I can't get those sector times to work. Oh, look. And Michael Johnson not able to do any of his best sectors in that last lap. We have 15 seconds left in our practice session. All right, and we are going to get right into the qualifying session. First, let's go peek at the track temp. Down to 96 degrees. Very interesting there, losing about nearly 20 degrees on track. Wonder if that will come into play for these drivers. Bjorn benches. Oh, heaven. Sorry, Bjorn. I did not mean to. See that as he heads out of the pits, and perhaps that cold temperature was going to play with these guys. It's turn 1 on an out lap. Does not go super well for him. He's back out on track at the moment. Federico Del Toro coming down to Villeneuve himself. Adam Baltudis is getting out on track, storming through Minerali. Just has so much confidence through there on cold tires, on a cold track. Oh, excuse me, Mark. I see he has a spin on his outlap. Vincent Wood trying to get some heat into his tires as he comes down to the revises. Adam Baltudis crosses the line and starts his first hot lap out there. King Kruger actually the outer chicane. Tommy Regan out on track today. Good to see. fastest in Sector 1. Well, Vincent Wood having a little off track there. I don't know if it counted though. This lap might keep rolling for him. Corey Mitchell with a purple Sector 1. Only a green Sector 2 out there at the moment. And Federico rounds the final turn to start his first hot lap. Michael Johnson has the fastest Sector 2 on his out lap out there. Well, Vincent Wood going a little wide. Adam with one purple sector. Coming across the line first. He's going to set the standard with a 142. Sorry, that's a 140.2. But then Tommy Regan, as expected, I thought, takes that over by 139.639. So that is the time to beat at the moment. Bjorn Bench is first across the line for the GT3s with 146.062. Oh, and that's Vincent Wood having it off track there. So does Bjorn, has an issue as well on this next hot lap for him. Andrew Rasmussen comes down to the final two corners here. Mark Bray has another incident. He's not going to set a lap time at the moment. He's got 5 minutes still to get out on track and do it all again though. Currently only one GT3 runner on the board. Mitchell, not incredibly fast. He does set a fastest Sector 3. And a couple of drivers struggling to set clean laps on their first one or two even out laps. Michael Johnson crosses the line, goes fastest in the GT3s with 144. Adam Baltudis betters Adam Baltudis was better with a 139.5, but then Tommy takes it back with a 139.2. Currently only two drivers for each class on the board. Just as I say that, Corey Mitchell crosses the line with a 144.384. Kent Kruger looked like he went a little wide there. Very frustrating. Adam Baltudis has an off track of his own and returns to the pit lane. At the same time, that track temperature change might have caught a lot of guys out and struggling to even lay down some lap times here with 6 minutes in. It's about a 1 minute 45 lap time for these guys, so under 2 minutes. Oh, it's Ty Johnson struggling at the very final two corners to bring that one home. Here's Vincent Wood doing pretty well for himself at the moment. Going down Minerali, just got to keep it on track. At the moment, Tommy Regan still storming away. Oh, Adam Baltudis spinning it on that outlap for himself. Tommy Regan comes across the line. He's able to better his time. Oh, yes, he is. He gets into the 138.981. Very impressive for Tommy Regan. Really pushing the envelope. Although he is not really being contested for the front row of the grid. I can't believe we have more of the R8s on the board at the moment. And Corey Corey goes 6/10 slower. Andrew Rasmussen on a hot lap there. So is Ty Johnson here. Here's Kent Kruger coming down the pit straights. Let's see if he's going to set a time. He does with a 1:41.679. He slots in third place, which is good enough. At the moment, you just got to get on the board. Still have quite a few runners here who are not setting lap times. Roman, who wrapped up the practice session and went somewhere for the qualifying session. Ty Johnson still pushing that radical around this track. I don't know if he's coming through. He may have enough time to finish this lap and get on the scoreboard. Not the scoreboard, but the timing board. Before we go green flag racing. Else he's going to have some weaving to do. Wood also comes back out and not able to hold it. The weight transfer is so quick through there. Ty's got 30 seconds to get this car across the line. And I don't know how much there is to be set up on the differential for this car. As you can see, those front brakes starting to blow very hard on Ty's radical here. He's got 10 seconds to get across the finish line. I think he should be able to do it. Oh, and just barely Ty squeaks into third place with a 1:40.5. So let's look at that race grid as Ty mixes it up right at the very last second. That's Tommy Regan on pole position, followed by Adam Baltudis as they were fighting it out at the top, followed by, of course, Ty Johnson. And Kent Kruger will have to settle for first place in the GT3s is Michael Johnson. He's followed by Corey Mitchell, Federico Del Toro, and Bjorn Bench is on row 2 for them. Andrew Rasmussen and Valerie Arsencio will line up together, and then Vincent Wood and Roman Bykov will line up behind the GT3s, followed by Troy Banks, Michael Bond, and Mark Bray if they grid with us. So here we are at Imola on sort of the back straight, coming down to the final 2 turns. We have, this is the first of our 2 15-minute heat races. So the finish grid will determine the race grid for the second race. It's an inverted grid. drivers, we are ready to take Kamel GT Evolution class out for the final time this season. Here we are at Imola, famous racetrack in Italy, waiting for Tommy Regan to step on the gas. And it's green flag. He punches it out there and gets a nice little lead. Ty Johnson slipping back to fourth position. He's battling Kent Kruger. Vincent Wood getting a storming start through the GT3s. He's trying to make the whole pack. He does make the whole pack up as Michael Johnson holds on and Corey Mitchell stays in second place. Troy Banks now completely swamped in these GT3s, having to get through the pack. Coming down to Villeneuve, he picks a spot and comes back to the racing line. Ty Johnson retains third place for the moment. Corey Mitchell getting around the outside almost into Tosa. And Andrew Rasmussen in third position for the GT3s, getting a little wide out of the hairpin there. That lets plenty of space for Troy Banks to go on the inside, side by side the race. Oh, does that look like Vincent Wood having a spin down a Minerali? And it looks like Kent Kruger on the sidelines as well. Vincent having a storming start from the get-go, getting past the GT3s. Here's Corey Mitchell, who has taken that position away from Michael Johnson in all of that chaos. Tommy Regan having a nice 1.3 second start, and there's another second back to Ty Johnson there in third position. Corey Mitchell is going to be the next across the line, the leader for the GT3s. He's got himself a 1.6 second gap as Michael Johnson struggles to stay with him. Troy Banks makes his way up. Possibly, no, he does not. Now he's getting swamped back again by Andrew Rasmussen. Coming into the first two corners, Roman Lykoff has got himself plenty of traffic to work through. Vincent Wood coming through Tamburello now. And Kent Kruger even further back. And Troy Banks is sick of looking at the back of Michael Johnson. He's got to make a move sooner or later. We saw Corey do it down here. He thinks, why not? Off the gas nice and early and get past Michael. Vincent's making that move on Mark Bray to start climbing back up through these GT3s. That's Roman on the inside down to Ravazza. Tommy Regan with the new fastest lap out there, 1:39.5. He's earned himself nearly a 2-second lead there. Left for the GT3s is 1:44.832. Troy Banks has just got to be patient through here. I think coming through Tosa, he might have him on the inside. Corey does let him go. And now he can start to get back at Ty Johnson, hopefully, or Corey gets quite a switchback on him. Troy's just going to come across the road and go in the middle of it. But he's got 13.8 seconds now to make up on Ty Johnson, but that is just about the spin around here, more or less. This Ty already through Minerali and coming down to the Alto chicane. Now Roman is the next radical to pull up behind Corey. Corey really short of doing some defense there, driving right in the middle of the road. Roman real late on the brakes, locks up a little bit, but gets the job done anyways. Tommy Ringo goes 2/10 faster than his previous lap. Lap incident. Let's take a look at the track temp at the moment. It's back up to 113 degrees. Something that you guys are more familiar with, like the practice session that they all had. Oh, and that's Andrew Rasmussen getting ahead of Mark Gray with a very damaged rear wing, and looks like he has some damage to the right side as well. So Tommy Regan up top. Not enough to really put him into any sort of pressure. Gap's 1.7, 4.3 back. It's Ty Johnson. Troy Banks still 13 seconds behind Ty. Mistake from him, but really not qualified up into 4th place at the moment. Roman also qualified up into 5th place. Got to be feeling good about that. Behind him is Corey Mitchell, who has yet another SR8 behind him, but it is actually Michael Johnson, who is pole sitter for the GT3s. Vincent Wood, Federico Del Toro, doing benches. Rasmussen, who is pulling ahead 2 seconds. Mark Gray that lap, that's where he got ahead in Villeneuve last lap. Oh, Valerie goes off track a little bit. And that frees up Kent Kruger just behind her. And Michael Bond does join us, but he is a lap down at the moment. He's late to the party. Adam Valtteri does his best lap of the race with 1:39.5. Still about 1.7 up to Tommy. Just about 6 minutes to race. I don't know if he's going to be able to get up there. Kent Kruger comes into the pits. Maybe he just decides to park it for this race and get the best track position he possibly can get, starting alongside Michael Bond, unless Michael Bond laps him, and then certainly have the best track position. 3 seconds up the road, Tommy Regan storming away from Adam Baltutis towards the end. We have 5 minutes to race on the clock. 5 minutes exactly as Tommy crosses the line. Mitchell almost is the top speed of the Audi is so much higher as we've seen this season than the SR8. It's almost getting back ahead of Vincent. Vincent does all of his hard work again and is now back behind the rest of the SR8s in 5th place. He's not going to make any ground up on Ty Johnson. Been pretty consistent with his lap times, low 140s. Tommy Regan, the fastest lap of the race. That is not going to catch him at all at that click, although he puts in a fair lap time for himself anyways. And 3 minutes to race on the clock. Let's see if that's 2 or 3 more laps. Could be tight. Just like Ty Johnson's qualifying, you know, if he hadn't qualified up there, he'd have to battle through the GT3s just like Vincent and Troy and Roman has. Oh, and something has happened to Roman. He got passed by pretty much everybody there. And shape on the Alto. Chicane. Oh, he had another spin earlier, which is where he got that front nose damage. A little squirrely. Oh, and when he hit that sidewalk, a little bit of pavement on the side, it really played with his suspension, and he lost it out there. He's getting past Valerie on the pit straights, just barely out. Oh, and Corey Mitchell has an off track. I mean, not just an off track, he has a crash. If you look at that, let's see, Corey Mitchell went off track back here, coming into the outside chicane. Whoa, he is way late on the brakes, and it looks like his left tires just dipped into the grass there, and it just got away from him very quickly. He has retired to the pit lane. And Michael Johnson has taken the lead of this race. At the moment here, he is crossing the line with 45 seconds to go in first place. And that's kind of a shame because Corey's going to start from the front of the pack and probably just run away with it for the second race. Perhaps a smart idea. Kent Kruger back out on track. Don't know why he is. He is oh, he has had a major accident there. That might be why he has decided to return it to the pits. Tommy Regan up top. He's coming across the finish line to win this first heat race here at Imola. Adam Baltunas 3.1 behind him. Crosses the line for second place at 5.3 behind him comes Ty Johnson, who's squeaking in there in third place. Troy Banks fights through the GT3 traffic to come in fourth place, and then we have Vincent Wood, who does the same. He's going to take fifth. After a late, almost second to last lap spin and crash here for Corey Mitchell, that hands it to Michael Johnson, back to Michael Johnson, who is the pole sitter for this class. He's going to take it home with Federico Del Toro in second place. 3 seconds behind him is Bjorn Benches, who will come home in third, it looks like, followed by Andrew Rasmussen. Roman Bykov behind them, finishing in sixth in class. Valerie Arsencio, Mark Bray finish sixth and fifth, actually, respectively, and Kent Kruger comes in seventh for the SR8s. All right, we are in our famous, terrible warm-up session in between our race sessions. As always, we can take this time to remind everybody, hit that thumbs down button, never subscribe to my channel, hit that little bell an even number of times so that you will never ever know when we are on. And we are finished with our warm-up. Everybody is warm out there. And so let's take a look, if we can, at what our grid is going to be for this second race. Michael Bond, who was a lap down at the end of last race, is going to guide us around, lining up next to Ken Kruger, who, went to the pits early in the last race. He's going to probably storm away with it at the front. Then we have Mark Bray lining up next to Corey Mitchell, who had that big crash at the end. Valerie Arsencio and Roman Bykov are next, followed by Andrew Rasmussen, Bjorn Benches, Federico Del Toro, Michael Johnson. Vincent Wood lines up next to Troy Banks for the SR8s. Then we have Ty Johnson, Adam Baltunas, and your previous race winner, Tommy Regan, at the back. We are almost ready to go racing out there for our second race. I think we have everybody out on track. We're going to have some missing Mark Bray and Valerie Arsencio actually. But we are going nonetheless. Here we go. And it is a mixed grid start out there if you've ever seen one. It is SR8s in the yellow, GT3s in the blue. Up to Michael Bond, I believe, to hit it and take us out racing. There is Corey Mitchell working his brakes big time. Just behind him, Roman Bykov is excited to get the green flag flying, and we are across the line, green flag racing. Actually, Michael does need to get to start. Kent is immediately on the gas and taking first place. Roman's going a little door to door with Corey in the back, and meanwhile Andrew Rasmussen slips through. There's Kent Kruger with an issue back there. He's falling down the standings. He's not able to hold it together into the first turn. Here is a flock of the previous pole sitters for the SR8s in the back. Here we have Vincent Wood, who's gone off, as well as on Andrew Rasmussen. Michael Bond leads this race. Roman Bykov is right on his heels. Federico Del Toro returns to the pits after that accident. Corey Mitchell currently in first place after Andrew spun out for the GT3s. A little bit further back, Tommy Regan is already up to third in class behind Corey, followed by Adam Baltutis. Bjorn Benches gets passed by them. Still working, getting worked by Troy Banks behind him. Michael Johnson a little bit further back, having won the previous race for his class. He's trying not to get hit by all the storming radicals who went flying by him. So at the top, actually, it's Roman Bykov now, who has gotten by Michael Bond here. That's trying to go back and figure out what had just happened. All coming across the line and sorting themselves out. You can start to see who's in what position. That's Michael Bond off the track and into the wall in second place. He drops down to third. Adam Baltutis goes past. He's into third. At the moment, Troy Banks into fourth. Tommy Regan back in the second place with 4.2 to go. But further back, Ty Johnson is having a great little battle here with Vincent Wood, who's able to keep to the inside. Maybe he's going to get a cutback on him. Ty tries to get on the skinny pedal a little bit sooner. Oh, and he has gone off track himself. I want to take a look at this race start and see what happened up top. As Kent comes around. And he was a little squirrely on the brakes and just hit that curb, and it really upset his car, so that is unfortunate for him. Oh, excuse me. And going live, Tommy Regan back up top already after Roman Bykov has a crash. And they're just handing it back to these guys at the front. Roman currently off track. having some issues with these SR8s. They're not easy to drive by any means. And that's Adam Baltudis in the background there, having spin from second place. That brings Troy Banks into play. Who from also having to start from the back, getting passed by all these guys in the same class. He's just kept it together, finds himself in second place in our feature race. Oops, sorry. And there is Bjorn Benches. Following Ty Johnson. Bjorn is in second place for the GT3s. You can just see Corey ahead of him. But he can also definitely see Michael Johnson behind him. And Bjorn has got to be hoping that these radicals are going to slow up Corey Mitchell. Adam Baltudis has to come into the pits for repairs. His car is currently undrivable. He's still sitting in fourth Michael Johnson sets the fastest lap for this class. Tracking down Bjorn Benches ahead of him. Looking very comfortable out there. Bjorn very slow. Tosa having to take a inside line. Michael really putting on the brakes when he didn't need to. And that's, oh, Bjorn goes very wide, almost out onto the sand there. That is not the place to be. Around 70 meters there, braking. Troy Banks from second place. Ty Johnson is closing. Getting back on track. There is Ty Johnson getting past him for second place. And now we're going to have a little battle inside of the podium here. Troy Banks dropping a lot of time. That initial pass, more time than was necessary. Perhaps feeling he had to clean his tires up a bunch before he could really push. Oh, and that's Corey Mitchell. Going off in Minerali, he's going to get passed by both of these drivers. And there they go. That is going to be so frustrating. Throwing away first place 2 races in a row. Let's see what happened back there. Wrong, he just turned into the corner and the rear side is locked out on him. Excuse me, everybody. It's Bjorn Benches in first place, followed by Michael Johnson. That's Corey Mitchell in the back in third now, trying to make it down the inside. Tries to not let all that frustration come through. Just needs to stay to a normal racing line for a little bit and wait for those accidents to appear. We got 5.5 minutes to race. And there's Michael Johnson almost making a move to the inside of Corey Mitchell. Has to come out of it. That's going to send Bjorn wide though. And he's going to get passed by both of these guys. Unless he can hug it down the inside. No, he's not able to hold on to it. Through Minerali, he gets shifted to the back of this pack. Michael Johnson takes up the lead of the GT3s. Corey Mitchell up to second. You just got to stay and be patient and play your part. And they almost drove each other off the track. And gave it all away as Michael just tags the dirt there. Oh, and gets tagged by Corey for good measure as they come in side by side to Ravaza. Corey giving it to Bjorn and not feeling great about that. He's going to try to wait for Michael Johnson here. And Bjorn's like, whatever, have fun with that, y'all. There's an empty pit lane behind Bjorn. Who saw that coming? As they came down to Ravaza. Battle for second. Back underway for the SR8s. Here's Troy Banks catching up to Ty Johnson. Time on any rival, so he is pushing it out there, and he's going to go for a second place here. And I love seeing that downhill braking zone there. You can really see the front brakes all loaded up, blowing red hot. Corey Mitchell continues his battle with Michael Johnson. That's Adam Baltunis with the fastest lap of the race after spinning out. Coming out of Villeneuve. Relegated him down to fourth. Corey's all over Michael here. He's just got to stay in line, and Michael will have a mistake to capitalize on. Just got to stay right on his bumper. That's the scariest thing to me, is when somebody just has so much pace, they can stay right on my bumper. Our final lap of the Kamel GT Evolution this season as Tommy Regan pulls it around Tamburello. Ty Johnson in second place has now got himself a 1.4 second gap. Excuse me, Corey Mitchell getting by Michael Johnson there, but maybe they didn't like the way that it happened. Yeah, Corey really going in there with a lot of speed. I thought there was room to turn in, so they'll do it all again. But here comes Adam Baltudis to throw it himself into the mix. Trying to stay out of this battle on the last lap. Here is Tommy Regan coming across the start line for the second race running. He's got that win under his belt. Well done, Mr. Regan. Glad to have you back for our final race. Here is Ty Johnson staying just ahead of Troy Banks there, who found some speed right at the end. Bjorn Benches, who looks like he's going to bring it home for the GT3s in our final race of the season here at Imola. But the final podium positions are still to be decided as Corey gets a great jump out of Alta. And he's going around the outside, and I think he's going to get it done. And Michael just says, just have it, man. And he takes second place. Michael's going to finish in third. Adam Baltudis will finish in fourth place for the SR8s. So there are your podium winners from the feature race, stacking up alongside one another. And hopefully we can get those race results up in just a moment. Ty Johnson obviously pretty happier than everybody else about that second place. As always with the multiple heat racing, it will not give me my results. So as we watch these guys act a fool, let me run you through our finishing results here this evening. Tommy Regan, starting from the very, very, very back of the pack, makes his way through all the traffic, passing everybody on course to win the race. Ty Johnson, second place. Troy Banks in third. Bjorn Benches brings it home first place for the GT3 Audi R8s, followed by Corey Mitchell and Michael Johnson. Adam Baltudis fourth for the R8s, SR8s, and then we have Federico Del Toro and Andrew Rasmussen fourth and fifth for the GT3s, followed by Roman Bykov, Vincent Wood, Michael Bond, and Kent Kruger for the Radicals. And Mark Gray and Valerie did not participate in our second race. As always, make sure you hit that thumbs down, never subscribe, and hit the bell an even number of times. Join us tomorrow for our final race of the season. I cannot wait. We are running the IMSA class of the LMP2s and the GTEs here. Make sure you join us, and we will see y'all tomorrow. Be safe, everybody.